let's kick this thing off with a quick share. Where is it at? Oh, yes. You know what yesterday was, Benny?
It was Tuesday.
June 1st. After which, salary cap things could all be manipulated in a completely different way.
Absolutely. Cap hits lesson.
Cap hits less, and all of a sudden things open up. And I read an article on the Eagles, and they were talking about how much cap space they could put together if they waited till after June 1st to cut Zach Ertz. So that's kind of what this article is about, but it's not necessarily on the Eagles. But yeah, they can spread that dead money out, as it says, over 2 years and concentrate. And I understand it doesn't go away. It's kind of like the national debt, just kind of gets pushed out. The debt
Right.
doesn't not being paid right now. So that's going to be an interesting budgeting or economics issue for teams. Do they want to push that all of that out to so far in the future? How much do they want to go ahead and consume right now or assume right now, handle that right now? So that's going to be interesting. But I haven't seen a lot of big trades yet.
Not yet, but I believe that there have been some negotiations going on in the background, uh, kind of waiting on this date to appear. Evidently, nothing has been solid enough. And I'm basically talking about the more big name guys that could be leaving teams for salary cap reasons. Julio Jones being the number one guy. I know there's been some talk going on over the previous weeks, but now that June 1st is come and gone, we might start to see some real action. As a matter of fact, just a few minutes ago, I heard that of all teams, the Seattle Seahawks have already offered a number one pick for Julio Jones.
Wow, I remember when we did that. I didn't remember them having any serious number one picks because they gave so many away to the Jets. So they must have had a few up their sleeve, or they got something in some other trades that happened. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, Ben, Julio is big news. We do have a few people on this list who maybe aren't as big news, but they're in there. So when you're looking at Kyle Rudolph, you're looking at Zach Ertz, Landon Collins, safety. Anybody need a decent safety? Anybody need a decent middle linebacker? So there are a few other positions that are out there. Alshon Jeffries is still out there. I don't know if he's going to remain out there. Who wants Alshon Jeffries right now?
Can you put that list back up again for me real quick?
Can I put the list back up? Sure
Yeah.
enough. Absolutely. Here we go. Starting there with number one. Let's Aaron Rodgers. Which way you want me
Number
to
one is
go?
Aaron Rodgers. So obviously, there's plenty of teams that would love to have Aaron Rodgers, but aren't willing to go through what it would take to get him. So they have to weigh how bad do we want him, and I don't think that's going to happen. I believe Aaron Rodgers is going to stay with Green Bay. Who's number two? Julio Jones,
Julio.
in his own words, I'm out of here. So he won't be with the Atlanta Falcons, but who he ends up with, I don't know. I think Julio is kind of on the back end of his career, but I do believe that he's still got a few good years left in him and could be a complementary player for a contending team. Teams are already out there negotiating with the Falcons at this point, and we will see where he ends up. He will end up somewhere. Third guy on the list is Alshon Jeffrey. Obviously, the Eagles are ready to unload his contract, and he hasn't been as productive for them as he was when he first came over. So I expect Alshon to be gone soon. Who's after him?
Well, who's after him is Kyle Rudolph.
Okay, Kyle Rudolph has already moved. Kyle Rudolph is now a New York Giant. So
Ah,
Al Rudolph
Man.
will be backing up Evan Ingram at the tight end spot for the Giants. And Zach Ertz will be looking for a similar type of deal where he can go someplace, possibly start or possibly be a second tight end on a team that uses two tight end sets. Landon Collins is still a good safety, but he's getting up in years a little bit. He could get lucky and end up on a team where he doesn't have to play full time and possibly, end up with a contender. He's been a really good safety for a number of years. I'm not exactly sure how much he has left. Jordan Hicks, he was an ex-Eagle linebacker. Real good tackler. I don't know how good he is in coverage anymore. I don't know why the Cardinals are letting him go. I would have to go back and take a look at their draft and see if they grab some people that they feel can sit in that linebacker spot, which makes him expendable. But he'll end up somewhere too. Could end up with the Giants.
Wow. Okay. That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all. All right. All right.